by this comeback.
Peter Elzinga puts up a fight. Fell behind by 3 early in the match, but battles back and wins it 145 to 144. A thrilling come-from-behind victory for the Dutchman from the Netherlands. Peter Elzinga moving on. Alexander Dumbayev is done for the day. As we move on to our next match, and Rajat Chauhan from India, 19 years of age, ranked number 9 in the world, 6th in the World Cup Tour this year with 31 points. Most of those points picked up in Antalya, where he acquired 21 points. He beat Braden Galantine and Sergio Pani on Konyaaltı Beach before losing to Choi Yong-hee. And then he secured his spot in the finals by winning or acquiring 5 more points in Wrocław, Poland. And now he is here in Lausanne, Switzerland. And he is facing Pierre-Julien Deloche, number 1 in the world, 3rd on the World Cup Tour this year. I like to call him the Admiral. The officer in the French Navy is the Admiral of compound archery this year, number 1 in the world. And great fan support in the stands here for Pierre-Julien Deloche, 32 years old.
A strong competitor, definitively, Julien, who has good conditions for practicing a lot. He's using a 59-pound bow, which is almost the maximum allowed in this kind of event with this kind of equipment. 6 pounds more than the Indian one, who is not very well known. He has not a long past in the world elite. In 2 different schools, 2 different styles, which could be promising. We'll see.
So Pierre-Julien Deloche on target number 1. Rajat Chauhan of India on target number 2. The Admiral.
Yeah, we see the control to set up the form, no rush, quite fast.
Beautifully done.
And we heard the coach tell, it's perfect. Good. Now breathe properly, he said. Same here. What's the control to come on the string? Very good. But left.
Little high, little left. And Rajat Chauhan, who lost to Sébastien Pénaud of France in Shanghai by 3 points. Now facing another Frenchman, Pierre-Julien Deloche, who has a 1-point lead and trying to build on that.
Very good height. 2 arrows at a perfect height. Little left, but very good.
Pierre setting the bar very high for Rajat Chauhan.
Very still, very good.
Chauhan with the answer that time. And Pierre looking very relaxed. His mother here in attendance. She lives in the Lausanne area. Yeah. Able to come and watch her son compete here in the World Cup Finals.
A little long. Yes, 9. A bit too long. I don't know what did happen. Why? I was fortunate to work with Indian teams several times, and they are doing very well. They practice a lot physically. They are very strong. On the psychological side, they are progressing, fortunately, because they were a little weak. They are among the best of the world, but they have difficulties to win major tournaments. They need more time to develop some psychological skill to reach and to be able to win such tournaments. What is interesting in India, almost all archers start with locally made bows. They made the wooden grip, bamboo limbs, nylon string, bamboo shaft for the arrows. Everybody starts with this, and the best of this division receive good training, good equipment, and of course they are very good. It's a good example for us to develop archery. We use this program in Africa, for example, also.
Pascal Colmer joining us today, the Development and Education Director for World Archery. I'm Carl ARKY, and you're watching our live coverage here on World Archery of the 2014 World Cup Finals. Pierre-Julien Deloche locked in a battle with Rajat Chauhan. And here is Pierre putting one in the 9 ring again.
Yes, 3 holes on the left. Little high left. I hope he's sighting, so should be better next.
Good look at Rajat Chauhan, who defeated Martin Damsbo, the World Cup gold medalist. Beat him in Belek at the World Championships last year.
Very still.
Very
well
strong.
in control.
And he moves ahead by 1 early in this match. Many arrows still left in the quiver right now for both of these archers. And Pierre, with 5 seconds to go, releases the shot and comes up with the 10. Sticks one in there.
A lot of coaching from Pierre-Julien, coach. A lot of information.
Rajat Chauhan keeping the pressure on.
There is difference in the reception of the information from the coach, from both. Pierre-Julien Deloche, I'm sure, listen, but doesn't turn his head towards the coach or whatever, while the Indian is constantly watching at the coach behind. It doesn't help to keep focus when you have to look back, forth, behind. And of course, yes. Yeah.
Tied at 58 all now. We were tied after the first 3 arrows, still tied after 6 arrows. 58 all. Rajat Chauhan of India and Pierre-Julien Deloche of France. Pierre,
definitively, despite his focus, you know, Pierre-Julien is in connection with the public. You see, he asks them, please encourage me. While the Indian is more, doesn't show a strong focus, discussing a lot with coach and so on. Very well in line. The release is perfectly in the arrow axis.
and brings it back along that jaw line, back behind his ear after the release. So Pierre-Julien Deloche tied up 58 all with Rajat Chauhan.
But the Indian competitor has a very good start in this match. To be able to match, to tie Pierre-Julien Deloche is very good.
And that's critical, Pascal, because in Antalya, he started off slowly. He finished strong, but started off slowly. So perhaps he learned from that experience.
So let's see.
He's in good shape right now, as is Pierre, who puts his first shot right in the center of the target.
Sighting is much better. The coach tells him it's good. Keep going until the end.
Chauhan focuses,
Wow.
locked in,
Good.
strikes gold himself. Both of these archers mining for gold, locked in a battle tied at 68 all.
Oh, very high. There is some recommendation from the Indian coach to keep relaxed. Do not anticipate.
Opportunity now for Rajat Chauhan of India to move ahead in the match, and he does. Moves ahead by 1 point.
It's good to hear that the Indian coach is giving a lot of information about the relaxation, attitude, mindset, and so on, which was not the case in the past. They were very focused on technique and physics.
Deloche dials up another 10. Responds after shooting a 9 the shot before. So Chauhan needs a 10 to maintain his 1 point lead. And that he
perfect.
does. Bada bing, bada boom.
So the French coach tells Pierre-Julien Deloche that it will be tough until the end, and it's true. It seems this Indian competitor will not give up. He's here for something.
He is here to move on to the semifinals and give himself a shot at a World Cup medal. Right now, Pierre-Julien Deloche fighting for his life in this quarterfinal match with Rajat Chauhan of India. Chauhan, a silver medalist at the 2013 Youth Championships in China, then had a very respectable 8th place finish at the World Championships last fall on the beach in Belek. And at those championships, as I mentioned earlier, defeated Martin Damsbo, who had just come off a World Cup gold medal performance in Paris, France, at this time last year. So the 19-year-old from India with a slight edge, which means Deloche will shoot first.
The opening was good, but a bit with some little step, not so fluid as usual. We'll see. Nice. Probably some hesitation. This is why the draw was not so smooth, and of course we didn't finish with a proper form, usual form. Oh, smooth. You see, the release was fluid. Very nice shot.
So right now, Pierre's ship is in distress. He's usually the one answering distress calls as an officer for the French Navy, but right now he needs his ship to come in. It does on that shot. He's down by 2, depending upon what Rajat Chauhan does with this attempt.
It took a lot of time to set up his head on the string, but no.
Gives back a point.
Not far, but nice shot. 1 point loss.
Down by 1. Deloche with laser lock on that 10 ring, and he delivers. So a 10 will maintain the 1 point edge for the Indian archer. A 9 will tie us up.
Oh, again 30. He doesn't let a lot of opening to Pierre-Julien.
He's looking very strong and very confident, isn't he? You can just tell it in his body language.
Yeah, he's explaining what he's experimenting and so on, laughing. Oh, very good. It seems that Pierre-Julien is a bit out of sequence because he almost shot at the wrong period. He was ready to shoot when the opponent had to shoot.
I did have a chance to talk with Pierre yesterday, and he said it's been a tough year psychologically. Part of that, losing Sophie Dodimont, his partner from mixed team, and there were other things, as we all experience in life, the ups and downs of life, this roller coaster that we're all on. And he said it's been a tough year psychologically. It was very tough winning that gold medal in the Wrocław, a very tense match there against Rio Wild. And
the stop of Sophie affects us a lot. She was one of my former students. I coached her father herself at the beginning when she was very young, and it's a page that is over now.
Well, we'll see how tough Pierre is, and he's proving to be a very tough customer here in the 5th end, trailing by 1.
He will not give up that stuff, because his opponent, if he shoot again 30, what to do?
Will Chauhan falter at all?
Maybe.
Tough to tell.
Too tough.
Tough to tell from that vantage point. They put a 10 up there.
Good setup with no rush.
Pierre-Julien Deloche
But good.
locks in on that 10 ring.
Very good coaching.
Pierre picking up another dime. 10 more points.
Good also.
But there's the 9.
Shame, I don't know why he's shooting low, because the shot is quite good. Maybe he should move the sight. Something is not as usual.
Unofficially, we're tied at 136 all, and Deloche. Deloche dead center.
Perfect aim. Strong coaching. Very good.
All the pressure in the world on Rajat Chauhan of India. Must come through with a 10, and he does not, and Deloche comes back after being down by 2, comes all the way back and wins by 1. Pierre-Julien Deloche, talk about coming through under pressure.
Difficult for the Indian to finish this match. It's quite usual in India. They have still to progress on the psychological side. They have to learn how to win.
How to close it out.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. It will come, I hope. I strongly hope, because they work a lot. They deserve a better ranking in the world.
And you're starting to see it with archers like Rajat Chauhan. Also, Deepika Kumari, I think, is becoming a much stronger archer psychologically as well. She had her physical problems this year, but I think when we saw her towards the end of the World Cup campaign, she was much stronger psychologically and performing much better.
Much better.
So there you see the final score, 146 to 145. Pierre-Julien Deloche, the Admiral's ship, does indeed come in. It was a little bit late arriving, but it did come in, and Pierre-Julien Deloche comes away with a 1-point win, 146 to 145. A lot of credit due to Rajat Chauhan of India, who put up quite a battle against Pierre-Julien Deloche. Had him on the ropes, but just couldn't quite put him away.
Yeah, very pleased of what did the Indian, because it was not easy for him to match Pierre-Julien Deloche, one of the real best of the world. And he offered a very good resistance, good attitude. Unfortunately, we saw at the last end his group blew away. Probably too much mind activities, too much concern, too much mind